Thanks for looking in. I'm Morella Porter. We're glad you chose Fox 10 News at 9. Mobile police investigating a homicide tonight. This after finding a man with a fatal gunshot wound early this morning. According to MPD, officers responded to a call of one shot on Ranlit Drive. When they arrived on the scene, officers found 21-year-old Bradley Null dead. No other details are known at this time. An 11-month-old baby is back with his mother after Pritchard detectives tell us he was taken overnight by his father. According to the detectives, the suspect, Jacoby Antone, returned Kamel around 5:50 this morning. The child is safe and unharmed, and Jacoby will face several felonies. The ABI, FBI, MPD, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children assisted Pritchard police in the search.
The 1B group includes, for example, educators, which includes daycare, K through 12, and institutions of higher education. It's going to include certain frontline manufacturers. It's going to include food and ag, grocery workers, agricultural workers, public transit, corrections officers, postal service workers.
If you haven't heard, the state of Alabama easing up on COVID-19 vaccine eligibility restrictions. The age cutoff is going down to 65 and older. Plus, it'll include a list of people whose occupations put them in close contact with the public, like education workers, child care providers, corrections officers, food and agriculture workers, grocery store employees, manufacturing workers, public transit employees, and judicial workers. Phase 1B of the COVID-19 vaccination effort across Alabama, bringing relief for hundreds of thousands of people eagerly awaiting their chance to be vaccinated. One of them, a local grocery owner I had the chance to meet with this afternoon. For 30 years, Food Pack International has brought Mobile food that can't be found anywhere else in town or even on the Gulf Coast.
Customers, they come in from Mississippi, from Florida.
Filled with rows of shelves stacked tall with products from around the world. Owner Reza Hejazi is dedicated to his craft. For people who come to his shop looking for that one thing only Food Pack has, Hejazi is essential.
People, they ask me, I need this, I need that, so that's what I have this inventory, because the people, they ask me and I try to provide it for them.
The 72-year-old will now have access to the COVID-19 vaccine as Alabama moves into Phase 1B, which includes people 65 and older, as well as a new range of occupations, including grocery workers. It's a relief for Hejazi, who says he'll fall in line as soon as the opportunity opens up.
At night I can sleep comfortable that I did not get a virus.
With a steady flow of customers every single day, Hejazi believes getting vaccinated is not only one way to protect himself, but others too.
You never know who is carrying that virus and comes inside. So it's very important for us to be vaccinated so we do not transfer it to our customer.
Now, although more people will have access to the vaccine, health leaders remind us there is still a critical shortage of them. There are a few clinics coming up in Mobile County for first responders and people 75 and older. The Sims Healthcare Center on Wolf Road will be hosting a clinic Tuesday. Citronelle hosting a drive-through on Thursday at Family Health on North Mobile Street. And Belsaw Middle School in Mount Vernon will host a clinic next Saturday. All three clinics will be held from 9 a.m. to 2. Vaccines will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis. Just remember to bring your ID. And remember, if you live in Baldwin County, current eligible people can now get vaccinations at OA starting next Tuesday and Thursday. Vaccinations will start at 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. The drive-through clinic will be located in the parking lot on the north side of the park across from Trattoria Pizza. This is also first come, first serve and is restricted to people 75 years or older, first responders and healthcare workers. Airlines that have required passengers to wear face masks during the pandemic now getting new support for that policy through a new nationwide federal order issued by the CDC. Fox News correspondent Charles Watson reports.
Starting next week, new rules from the CDC will require all travelers on airlines and public transit to wear face masks to curb the spread of coronavirus. The new order makes refusal to wear a mask a violation of federal law. Children under 2 years old and people with certain disabilities are exempt. It comes as states like Wisconsin debate getting rid of their own statewide mandates.
Wearing a mask, the mask mandate is about public health. It's about saving lives.
Meanwhile, doctors say a new strain of the virus originating in South Africa has been detected in the U.S. for the first time in a patient in South Carolina.
You can be almost certain that as long as there's a lot of virus circulating in the community, there will be the evolution of mutants, because that's what viruses do.
Despite the concern over the new variant, health officials are optimistic the pending arrival of a third vaccine from Johnson & Johnson will help get Americans vaccinated more quickly. Their vaccine only requires one shot. One significant drawback, it's only 66% effective, but doctors say it can still help prevent some of the most severe cases.
Just to give perspective, the annual flu vaccine is only about 40 to 50% effective every year, yet it still saves lives. It still reduces hospitalizations.
Johnson & Johnson says it plans to seek an emergency use authorization from the FDA within the next week. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
Count on Fox 10 News to stay on top of the pandemic and vaccine rollout. Catch all the breaking developments on air, online, and on our app.
Well, good Saturday evening. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. A live look from our Dolphins camera, and looking down there on downtown Mobile, you can see the Mardi Gras tree right in the center of your screen there at Mardi Gras Park. Very cool looking out there tonight, but not very cool temperature-wise. In fact, it's fairly mild out there for us this evening. Temperatures in the 60s. So that means something's happening out there. We have a system on the way, and it's warm out ahead of that system. And it's 61 right now in Mobile, 63 in Orange Beach, 64 in Pensacola, 60 in Evergreen here at this hour. The radar, yeah, there it is. Some showers beginning to show up. This is part of that system that is headed our way this evening. They're all light showers. There's nothing strong here. There's nothing severe here. There's just some light rain that's going to be moving on in here for us this evening. You can see there's a couple batch of it that's got this first line that's pretty light. Another line back here around just past Hattiesburg over south of Jackson that's pretty light as well. So we got a couple of rounds of this. It's going to happen overnight tonight and through early tomorrow morning. You'll see that here on the Futurecast as we go into the wee hours of the morning. There's 4 a.m. Some very light rain here, and some very light rain continues around 6 o'clock in the morning. So none of this, once again, it's not going to amount to much, but it's going to be damp when you wake up here on your Sunday morning, and most areas will get some amount of rain. So I'm going to keep the rain chances high for tomorrow, but we're talking 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch in a few spots, and that's probably about it. So yeah, high rain chances, but not good rain chances to get anything fairly significant, just enough to get the roads a little bit wet out there tomorrow morning. So here's your planner as we go through the overnight hours. You can see those rain chances. They'll be scattered about as we go through the morning hours. More details on what to expect through the rest of the day and on into your work week coming up in a few minutes.